The X Lite X-1004 modular helmet has had some negative reviews. So we've gone out on the bike and we've tested it. First of all though, I'm going to take it apart, I'm going to show you how it works, and then we'll show you that riding review. So stay tuned for that later on. So X Lite have some kind of strange fascination with the letter X based on how they name their helmets. The X Lite X-1004 is no different, and this modular helmet has faced a bit of criticism about its build quality and also noise isolation, but we will look at that a little bit later on. Now this helmet is going to be premium price. It's going to come in at 510 euros or 570 US dollars at the recommended retail price. And we also have the ultra carbon version, which I'll explain the differences there a little bit later on. But this is that one here, ultra carbon version. It's going to come in at 590 euros or 670 US dollars at the recommended retail price. So both are pretty firmly in that premium range. Now, if you guys find that videos on YouTube are just not enough for you, then check out our live store, which you can find every Wednesday. There you can talk with me live, you can win some champion cash, or just let everyone know what you think about some gear. Head to championhelms.com/livestore for more info. Alright, so let's have a look at the shell now, and the shell is going to be the multi-axial hybrid fabrics. It's going to be carbon fiber fiberglass, making a strong and lightweight shell. Now, with this helmet as well, we have the ultra carbon version. This is the one that I have with me, and it's basically going to have the same material but more carbon content, making it lighter. And you can see here the carbon fiber is visible in the design, so it does look pretty cool. And yes, it is going to be a bit more pricey, as we saw earlier. Now, it has been tested by Sharp. They gave it 4 out of 5 stars, a great result for a modular helmet. I was very happy to see that. And the shell is going to be available in 3 different sizes. Now I have weighed this helmet. It's a size M in the ultra carbon, and it came in at 1615 grams. Not a bad result, especially for a modular helmet, so that was also good to see. So by all accounts, the ventilation of the X-1004 is quite good. On the chin, we have this vent here. You can just push that down, brings these flaps down, open it up, and this is going to bring air directly onto the visor, so it's going to work to demist it a bit. Up top we have a double stacked scoop. You can see that there. Sounds like an ice cream, but it does work pretty well for your ventilation. So you can open and close it with this little switch there. Basically it's going to bring air onto 2 different parts of your head. It's going to be quite cooling as well. At the back, that's going to allow a lot of air to escape out these vents here. Pretty standard. And then as well, the bottom, there's some perforation in the liner to let any excess air leave as well. So that's quite strong ventilation with the X Lite. So let's have a look at the visor now, and the visor is going to be pretty standard. It comes with the pins prepared for an anti-fog pinlock lens. That pinlock lens is in the box, which is pretty cool. We can also seal this visor down, so just use this little toggle system here. Boom. It's not going anywhere. Then we can unlock it, and we can open it up like that. We do as well have a drop-down sun visor. We can see that there. You just use this toggle here at the back. It's nice and easy to grip, especially when you have gloves on as well, which is pretty handy, though it is located a little bit further back than what we often see. So there we go. We can also take this visor off. It's pretty easy with this button system. So let me just do that here. Take that and out. Button in and then pull it out. So it's pretty easy. You can see those pins there for the pinlock lens. Now, some people have commented that the seal on the visor is pretty weak. Seems to be a common problem that air whistles in through that visor seal, so do keep an eye out for that. So put this back on, same kind of thing, but opposite. We're going to first line it all up, getting everything nicely into position. There we go. And once it's on, we push it in like that, pops in. If it doesn't pop, then just give it a little wiggle like that, and it should pop. Go to this side now. Going to do the same thing. Open it up all the way, push it on. There we go, and it's popped. And that's the visor. All right, so it's time to take the liner out of this helmet. I'm going to grab this so we can do that. First of all, it's going to have carbon in it. It's going to keep you a bit cool. It's also removable and washable. Open this up a little bit as well, gives a bit more room. So you can see here, this is a neck roll. This can be removed. To do that, we just have to take this zipper here, unzip it all the way around. You can ride without this neck roll as well if you find it gives you a bit more ventilation or so on. And then we have to disconnect it from the cheek pads, underneath the cheek pads there, and then take that zipper off. There we go. This one as well, disconnect that, and that's that neck roll. Bit of perforation in there for the ventilation as well. I mentioned that before. Cheek pads going to come off. We don't have an emergency quick release on this helmet. So there is a little bit of a fiddle to take them off. Just got to pull them through like that. This one, pull this one through. Yeah, there's a couple little things as well. So a little bit fiddly to take this liner off, though you don't typically do it very often. Then here, nice and easy, snap, snap, and then we have these kind of like pins up top here on the helmet. So I'm just gonna go like, pull this one out, pull that one out, and that's nice and easy. So then with this helmet as well, we'll have a look at the top liner here. It's going to be covered in mesh. You can see all that mesh on the underside. It's going to let it breathe quite well. And then here you can see the rest of the liner. It's going to be fairly comfortable, fairly soft as well. Cheek pads, nothing particularly special about them. They're cheek pads, they do the job. On the inside, we take this helmet back, open it up. We'll have a look at all the channels in the EPS because they are quite large and we do have quite a few. That's going to really let that air really circulate through the helmet very well. So that's a great thing to see. On the sides here, we do as well have a cutouts for the speakers. So you just pop that out, pop your speaker system into the EPS there. And of course, we do have plenty of holes in the EPS for the ventilation. So on the inside, everything is actually pretty neat and tidy for the helmet. So people have been a bit critical of this helmet's noise isolation. I was really curious to see how it would stand up in our beep test. Now the beep test is designed to see how much noise is blocked by the shell and the liner of the helmet. And it did do quite well, though when it comes to wind noise, it is much weaker. So in our test, it scored 28 against a control of 19, meaning it blocked about 9 decibels of noise, which was a very good and surprising result, though it is, like I said, weaker in wind noise. Alright, so let's just round out a few last things with this helmet. First of all, it's going to be coming with this micro ratchet enclosure system. You can see that there. And it's also going to be prepared for riders with glasses, which is great. You just pull out a bit of the liner, and that's going to give you a bit more comfort there. And if you don't need it, you just leave it as it is. So, modular helmet, open it up. What's nice is that you can actually wear it in this position, which you don't always get with modular helmets. So it's got that double certification, and it's going to be nice for when you're at those lower speeds riding around town or so on. So we've taken the X Lite X-1004 out for a road test to see how it actually feels and to show you guys how it performs. We started off in town. You can see our temperature with the white gauge on the left there. We have that big unit in the middle. It's going to show you our decibels. It's a decibel meter, and both will be measured with a sensor inside the helmet, the mic's next to the ear, and the temperature sensor on the top of the head. So the wind speed is on the screen to the right, though it wasn't too visible today, and obviously we have bike speed and outside temperature on the bike's display. So watch to see how it changes on the highway. Now the feel of the helmet was very good in terms of ventilation and comfort, but we were really let down by the noise isolation, and as we do get up to 130 km an hour, you'll be able to see all of our numbers stabilize. So at about 130 km an hour, the wind speed was a little choppy, fluctuated from about 125 to 135, and the outside temperature was 20 degrees, and our thermometer in the ventilation on top of the head shows 19.5 degrees, so we did see a lot of airflow coming into the helmet, and a pretty big difference between the highway and the town. So in terms of noise, you can see we have about 106 decibels, which is about that of a heavy chainsaw as well. In comparison, a Shui Neotech 2 at 130 on a day of 14 degrees with a wind speed of about 125, 135 had comparable ventilation with 15 degrees, but a much quieter 100 decibels of noise. Now 5 decibels might not sound like a whole lot, but in this kind of range it does add up very quickly. So this does show good stats except for that weak noise isolation. If you want to try the X Lite X-1004, then drop by championhelmets.com. On our website, you'll find the best prices and the best deals around, so have a check out there. And don't forget, this helmet does come with a free additional visor at championhelmets.com or a big discount on the NCOM Bluetooth system. Make sure you scroll down to those product bundles as well. Alright, so that's going to do it for this review of the X Lite X-1004 modular helmet. This is, of course, the Ultra Carbon version. So this is a good premium modular helmet which is sadly held back by a few issues like noise isolation. So guys, if you want to learn anything more about this helmet, anything more about modular helmets, touring helmets, whatever, subscribe to us on YouTube and I'll keep you up to date. So guys, thanks for watching. I'm Chris from Champion Helmets, and I'll catch you all next time.